you?
I'm really good. Can you hear me? I'm having a little technical difficulties. You
No,
got it? Okay.
totally can hear you. So I'm so excited for you to join us. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to give it to you right now because I really want you to talk about your work.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's so exciting to be a part of this community of artists with this show. It's pretty awesome. So I love you, Buck. I love everybody on here. So my first piece is called Flowers. And so I actually just finished a documentary film called Ladybuds. And Ladybuds is about women in cannabis. And so I thought while I was making this film, it would be a good idea to have a cannabis garden and really learn what the farmers go through, how to care for the plant, just everything about the plant. And it's a beautiful thing to do to have a cannabis garden. And I fell in love with my plants. I cried when I harvested my plants. Very, very emotional to have these plants. So these are photographs from my garden. And most people don't know that it's actually the female plant that's got the psychoactive and the medicinal properties of cannabis. Right. So what I wanted to do with this series was actually, it's kind of like a love letter to the plant. And as a lesbian, kind of walking as a lesbian artist on this earth, like I kind of wanted to turn the male-centric cannabis culture on its head and put the lesbian gaze on these plants, if you will. This series is not only a love letter to the plants, it's the love letter to the women in my life.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. We need more of that in the world today, by the way.
Totally. So I just want to say one more thing on those plants. Like, it's hard to really see on here. I don't know if people could see the writing, but the first one says, I can't even really see it. She only reveals what she wants you to see. And the second one is the flowers she really wants. And the third one is I promise to always hold you gently.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And it literally says everything that's seriously true. That's real.
Yeah, so thank you. So they're actually hung in the artistry. So I'm very blessed that
you are. You're an artist. Excellent.
So that was really cool. So these next two pieces they're inspired by a book called The Lover's Discourse, which is written by the French philosopher Roland Barthes. And a lover's discourse is kind of like, it's a philosophical and psychological exploration of a lover's inner monologue, if you will. So what I wanted to do with these two pieces was do like a visual interpretation of those kinds of emotions, like of the abstract language of love. After being immersed in the documentary for 3 years and like being a photojournalist and like kind of like, documenting everything, I kind of wanted to go super abstract and impressionistic and like even a little bit more conceptual. So these pieces are, walking in the world like alone with these pieces. I like to photograph natural environments, and these pieces are about love, desire, loss, and grieving a relationship. So this piece is called Show Me Whom to Desire, and the titles of this piece and the next piece are actually the names of the chapters in the book.
That last piece right there is beautiful.
Thank you so much. This piece is called How Blue the Sky Was. And so I know there's a little irony in that title. We're looking at a stormy sky. But when you're making a documentary, when you're going through a heartbreak, when you're in quarantine, a lot of the time you're alone. And so, this body of work really kind of came from that place. It came from, wanting to make beauty and, kind of create my own or my narrative around it, but allowing viewers to kind of come up with their own story about memory and maybe giving them a chance to reflect on what love is about, lesbian desire, grieving a relationship, and the beauty of life. So, that's kind of where that series is. And this piece is actually an artistry as well. So
it is. That's so great. I hope everyone can get to the artistry who lives here in Los Angeles. It's a great way to get out of the house. and just put your mask on and walk over there, and you can even see everyththing from the outside of the shop, I think, pretty much. So you don't
But
even
you
know.
have to go in. You have
Yeah,
to go
you
in.
have to go in. I thought there was some
Yeah.
windows.